Welcome to Healthwise for seniors, where we believe that style after 60 isn't about chasing youth, it's about revealing the radiant woman you've always been. Now, you may be thinking, can a pair of glasses really make me look younger? Or maybe you're already nodding because you've experienced it yourself. That one pair of frames that suddenly made people ask, did you get a facial? Or, you look so refreshed, what's your secret? And here's the secret. It wasn't skincare. It wasn't a new haircut. It was optical alignment. A pair of frames that didn't just fit your prescription, they fit your energy. Because the truth is, the wrong glasses can age you by 10 years in under 10 seconds. And the right ones, they lift your face, brighten your eyes, soften your expression, and make your entire presence feel more alive. That's not magic, it's design. In today's video, we're going to reveal 5 specific types of glasses that are proven to help women over 60 look younger, more vibrant, and more confident, without makeup, surgery, or filters. We'll also talk about the subtle mistakes that might be holding you back, and how to choose frames that reflect who you truly are in this beautiful season of life. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to Healthwise for seniors. Your support helps us create more inspiring, smart, and style-forward content just for women like you, graceful, bold, and wonderfully alive. Now take a deep breath, look in the mirror, and ask yourself, are my glasses working for me or against me? Let's find out together. There's a quiet kind of transformation that happens when a woman changes her glasses. Not the kind that gets attention right away. Not the kind that says, look at me. But the kind that says, I see myself again. That's exactly what happened to Eyewear, a retired therapist from Oregon who had worn the same pair of wire-rimmed glasses since her mid-50s. The frames were thin, silver, and, like she admitted with a sheepish laugh, practical to a fault. I thought they made me look invisible, she said, but I figured that was just part of getting older. Then one afternoon, while shopping with her daughter, she tried on a pair of softly angular, translucent plum frames. Eyewear looked in the mirror and blinked twice. She looked awake, present, elegant. Mom, her daughter whispered, you look lifted. What did you do? Nothing but change her glasses. A single pair of glasses can change your entire face. The wrong ones can pull everything down, your eyes, your cheekbones, even your confidence. The right ones, they lift, they brighten, they support the natural structure of your face in a way makeup can't quite replicate. Women over 60 often carry a quiet tension in the eyes, lines from laughter, sorrow, wisdom. A good frame doesn't hide that, it honors it. But a poor one? It exaggerates fatigue, casts shadows where there should be softness, and draws focus away from your most expressive features. And more than that, your glasses carry meaning. They signal to the world how you feel about yourself. Are you someone who fades into the background, or are you still engaged, curious, present? Psychologists call this enclothed cognition, the way clothing and accessories influence not just how others perceive us, but how we behave, think, and feel. Your glasses are the item you wear most consistently, most visibly, and most intimately. They shape not just your reflection, but your self-perception. That's why Eyewear started sitting straighter. She joined a book club. She wore lipstick again, not because the glasses made her someone new, but because they reminded her of someone she'd forgotten, herself. A poorly chosen frame can age you by 10 years. A well-chosen one can take them back. It's not about pretending to be younger. It's about removing what dulls you and rediscovering what lifts you. Black rectangular frames that were once trendy may now create harsh lines against soft skin. Heavy-bottomed shapes might exaggerate the downward pull of time. But a frame that follows the line of your brow, lifts gently at the temple, and rests lightly on your cheeks, that's not fashion. That's alignment. After 60, your face has changed. But that doesn't mean it's lost its power. What it needs now isn't covering. It needs framing. The way a great painting is brought to life by the right border. Think of your glasses as your daily signature. You don't sign your name with a dull pen, do you? You don't write your life in pencil. You deserve a signature that's bold, elegant, and completely your own. You deserve glasses that reflect not just what you see, but how you see yourself. And sometimes, all it takes is a different pair of eyes. Ruth was 62 when she walked into the boutique. A retired art teacher from Vermont with soft gray hair pulled back in a neat twist, gentle laugh lines, and a voice like warm tea. But the first thing I noticed wasn't her smile. It was the glasses. They were thick, heavy, matte black, and they swallowed half her face. She had worn them for over a decade. They still work, she said with a shrug. But in the mirror, her eyes looked smaller, her features dragged down, her expression muted. I just feel tired lately, she admitted, but maybe that's just age. Except it was. I handed her a new pair. Lightweight acetate, translucent amber, gently lifting at the outer corners. She slipped them on, looked in the mirror, and the room went silent. Then she laughed out loud, bright and clear. "Oh my God," she said, "is that me?" It was. We often underestimate how quietly our glasses shape our reflection. The wrong pair doesn't shout. It whispers. Over time, it reinforces fatigue, dulls your glow, or anchors you to a version of yourself that no longer exists. For many women over 60, the first mistake is holding onto outdated frames. Tiny wire rims from the 90s, boxy shapes that were trendy once, or overly ornate designs that now feel costume-like. These frames may have once matched who you were, but you've grown. You've evolved. And what once felt elegant now reads as out of step. Style, like identity, moves forward. When your frames don't, people sense the dissonance, even if they don't know why. Then there's weight. Heavy frames can literally pull your face downward. As we age, we naturally lose volume in the cheeks and firmness in the jawline. When you add thick bottom rims or overly wide temples, the effect is exaggerated. You look tired, even when you feel full of energy inside. And it's not just physical, your posture responds too. You squint more, you furrow your brow, you feel weighed down, and you don't always realize it's your glasses causing it. Color plays a role as well. Many women default to black or silver, assuming they're neutral. But at this stage of life, with softer skin and silver or white hair, those tones can be harsh. They cast shadows, they emphasize lines, they drain warmth. Ruth, like many, thought her dark frames gave her definition, but really they were competing with her face. When she switched to a warm amber, her skin looked luminous. Her eyes, previously hidden, felt like they stepped into the light. And then there's scale. Oversized glasses may be fashionable, but they can overwhelm delicate features. If your frames enter the room before you do, they're not enhancing your look, they're taking it over. Ruth's original pair did just that. They made her look stern, distant, unapproachable. Not because she was any of those things, but because her frames made her feel that way. Her new pair, by contrast, fit like a whisper. They framed her eyes without fencing them in. They let her personality breathe. Finally, we come to the most overlooked detail of all: fit. Glasses that slide too low or cut through your brows distort the entire canvas of your face. They create shadows under the eyes. They interrupt your natural expression. And even the smallest discomfort, tight arms, slipping nose pads, can create micro-expressions of frustration that you carry all day long. It's not just about how you look. It's about how you feel wearing them. And how that feeling shows up in every conversation, every photo, every quiet glance in the mirror. Psychologists call this enclothed cognition, the idea that what we wear affects not just how others see us, but how we see ourselves. Your glasses aren't just a tool for vision, they're a tool for self-perception. When they're wrong, they shrink you. When they're right, they remind you of your strength. Ruth didn't just leave that day with new glasses, she left with better posture. A lighter step, a smile that lingered. Because sometimes, a single change, one barely noticeable to anyone else, can ripple through your entire identity. And when that change sits on your face, every day, from morning coffee to evening light, it matters more than you think. Margaret was never one for dramatic makeovers. A retired librarian, she preferred comfort over trends, softness over spectacle. But there was something about her eyes. They had faded behind her thick black glasses. One day, almost on a whim, her granddaughter convinced her to try something different. Just one pair. Just for fun. She hesitated, then chose a frame with a gentle upward angle, soft burgundy color, and a barely there lift at the temples. As she looked in the mirror, her eyes, once dulled by shadows, sparkled. "I feel like I just got a facelift," she whispered. "But no one touched me." That's the magic of the right frame. Not flashy, not fake. Just honest elegance that knows exactly where to look and what to lift. Frames with a slight upward sweep, like cat eye or softly angled shapes, act like architecture for your face. They counterbalance the natural downward pull of time, guiding the gaze back to where your energy lives, your eyes, your brows, your expression. It's not about chasing youth. It's about honoring the vitality that's still very much alive in you. But shape is just the beginning. There's also light, not the kind that shines on your face, but the kind that reflects from within it. That's what happens when you choose frames in translucent tones. Soft champagne, warm blush, clear crystal. These colors don't demand attention. They reveal it. They let your skin breathe, your hair shimmer, your natural palette come forward. Linda, 66, had been wearing dark tortoiseshells for years. She thought they grounded her silver hair, but instead they overwhelmed it. When she switched to a clear blush frame, everything softened. Her eyes looked brighter. Her cheeks looked kissed by light. "I didn't think I'd ever wear pink again," she said, "but this doesn't feel like girlish pink. It feels graceful." There's a quiet strength in knowing that color can lift you more than contouring ever could. Then there's pattern, because not every face needs a solid tone. Tortoiseshell frames offer a richness, a warmth, a subtle texture that flat colors simply can't. They add movement without noise, interest without effort. The marbling effect breaks up harsh lines, especially around the temples, making the face feel alive, dimensional. For women embracing their gray or white hair, tortoiseshell in cooler taupe or lavender brown tones is like wearing jewelry for the eyes. Not bold, not flashy, just beautifully considered. It adds story. And at this age, we're not hiding our stories, we're styling them. Shape, color, pattern, and now flow. Rounded frames, or those with gently softened geometry, mirror the natural changes of a maturing face. As we age, angles soften, lines curve. Glasses that honor that evolution, without erasing it, are the most flattering of all. Gently rounded rectangles, oval shapes, soft teardrops. They follow the rhythm of your features instead of cutting across them. They say, "I see you," not "I'll fix you." And that difference is everything. And finally, simplicity. Rimless or semi-rimless glasses are like a whisper on the face. They don't weigh you down, they don't frame you too tightly. They let you be the focus. For Diane, 70, who never wore makeup and hated being noticed, rimless frames became her quiet power move. "They're barely there," she said, "but I've never felt more seen." Because there's something revolutionary in wearing less and feeling more. These 5 frame types don't make you younger. They let you feel present. They return your reflection to you, not as you were 20 years ago, but as you are now, awake, elegant, real. And that kind of beauty, it doesn't fade. It sharpens, it deepens. It begins, sometimes, with a new pair of glasses. Joanne never saw herself as stylish. At 67, she described her look as functional. Glasses, just something she wore. "I don't think about it much," she told me. But when we sat down and I asked a simple question, "Do your glasses reflect who you are now?" she paused. "I don't think they ever have." That moment wasn't about fashion. It was about identity. The right glasses don't just fit your prescription, they fit your life. They complement your face, speak your energy, and gently affirm the woman you've become. But where do you begin? Start with shape. Not just of the glasses, but of your face. If your face is round, with soft cheeks and gentle curves, you might assume round frames would match. But often, what brings the most balance is contrast. A softly angular frame, think gentle cat eye or rounded rectangle, adds structure, like a tailored coat draped over a flowing dress. It defines without harshness. It lifts without shouting. If your face is square, with a strong jawline and defined forehead, the goal is softness. Round or oval frames can bring a graceful calm, like watercolor over architectural lines. They echo openness. They soften your story. Heart-shaped faces, with wider brows and narrower chins, shine in frames that add weight toward the bottom or lift the eye line gently at the corners. This draws the gaze back toward balance. And if your face is long or oval, you have the freedom to play. Most frames suit you, but depth matters. Taller frames help add proportion and fullness, especially if you've lost volume in the cheeks over time. But here's what matters most. When you find the right shape, you don't just look better. You hold your head differently. You make eye contact more freely. You smile without prompting. That's enclothed cognition, the subtle psychological effect of wearing something that aligns with who you are. And glasses, sitting at the very center of your face, influence that more than anything else you wear. Color is just as important. Your skin tone and hair color create a natural palette, and your frames should play along, not argue with it. If your undertones are cool, rosy skin, silver or white hair, lean into icy hues. Clear, lavender, slate gray, navy blue. These colors reflect light beautifully without overpowering. They mirror the serenity you've earned, the quiet strength you carry. If your undertones are warm, peachy skin, golden highlights, choose warmth. Soft tortoiseshell, bronze, golden beige. These tones wrap your face in light like candle glow across your features. They don't mask anything. They bring it forward. And if you're in between, blush pink, rose gold, champagne, they belong to everyone. These in-between tones blend, adapt, support. They are the quiet companions of any style and any complexion. But even more than shape or color, your glasses need to fit your rhythm. Your life. Marian spends her mornings in her garden and her afternoons teaching yoga. She needs glasses that won't slip when she bends or pinch when she moves. Her perfect pair. Lightweight rimless frames that feel like part of her body, not something she wears. Susan, on the other hand, hosts community workshops and speaks in public. She needs presence, confidence. Her glasses are her punctuation. For her, a softly squared tortoiseshell with a hint of color does the trick, polished, grounded, quietly powerful. And then there's Elaine. Newly retired, rediscovering watercolor and long city walks. Her glasses are a blend of function and art, transparent blush with subtle curves. "I don't want to look younger," she told me. "I just want to look like someone who's still in love with life." That's the essence of it all. Glasses, when chosen with intention, become more than eyewear. They become storytelling. They reflect where you are and who you are becoming. They allow you to show up in the world not with armor, but with authenticity. So if you've been wearing glasses that simply do the job, maybe it's time to ask more from them. Do they celebrate your face? Do they match your pace? Do they feel like home? Because when the answer is yes, your reflection stops surprising you. It starts welcoming you back. At 71, Lorraine didn't think she had much left to express. She had raised children, lost her husband, taught English for 35 years, and now spent most mornings walking her golden retriever through the quiet suburbs of Portland. Her life was peaceful, predictable, safe. Her glasses, thin silver frames, barely there, reflected that safety. "I didn't want attention," she told me. "I just needed to see." But what if seeing clearly wasn't the only reason to wear them? What if glasses were more than correction? What if they were reflection? There's a quiet revolution that happens in a woman's life after 60, not on magazine covers, not trending on social media, but in dressing rooms and kitchen mirrors. A realization that she no longer needs to prove anything, but still wants to feel seen. That's where a new mindset around glasses begins. In our earlier years, glasses were functional, something we wore to read, to drive, to get by. But now there's something more. They are presence, personality, a signature. They tell a story before you speak. They frame your gaze before your words arrive. They shape the way others experience you, and more importantly, how you experience yourself. We used to think of style as decoration, something extra. But style, especially now, is translation. It's how the world reads your energy before you say a word, and your glasses are the first sentence. When you wear frames that align with who you are, your softness, your strength, your curiosity, your grace, you move differently. You enter a room without apology. You look in the mirror and see not someone aging well, but someone aging with clarity. That shift isn't superficial, it's foundational, and it's backed by science. Psychologists call it enclothed cognition, the idea that what we wear changes how we feel, think, and behave. When you put on glasses that reflect your essence, your body responds, your voice steadies, you make eye contact longer, you feel more at ease, more whole, more seen. Lorraine didn't change her life. She changed her frames. Soft gold, rounded cat eye, with warm tones that echoed the joy still tucked in the corners of her smile. "I thought I didn't care anymore," she said, "but maybe I just forgot how good it feels to feel like me." That's the beauty of this stage of life. You don't have to wear what impresses, you get to wear what expresses. You can choose bold frames not to stand out, but to say, "I'm not fading." You can choose delicate ones to say, "I still love subtlety." You can choose color because it makes you glow, not because it's trendy. Elegance after 60 is not about effort, it's about alignment. The right glasses are not decoration, they're punctuation, a comma of curiosity, a period of peace, an exclamation of spirit. And when they're chosen with intention, they don't just show the world your style, they show it your story. So now you've seen it, 5 styles of glasses that can lift your face, brighten your features, and help you look and feel more youthful naturally. But here's the most important thing to remember. It's not just about looking younger. It's about choosing frames that reflect your presence, your personality, your power. Because after 60, your beauty isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity. And the right pair of glasses doesn't hide your age, it celebrates your story. So take a moment, revisit your reflection, and ask yourself not, "What do I want to cover?" but "What do I want to express?" If this video helped you see yourself with a fresh perspective, give it a thumbs up, and hit subscribe so you never miss an update from Healthwise for seniors. We're here every week with elegant, practical, and inspiring content just for you. And now we'd love to hear from you. What kind of glasses are you wearing right now? Or is there one you've been secretly wanting to try? Drop it in the comments, we read every single one. And remember, you don't need to change who you are to look radiant. You just need the right lens to see yourself clearly again. Thanks for watching. And until next time, stay radiant, inside and out.